A lot of you don't know or don't understand emotional abuse, or to its fullest extent. So I'm going to be explaining it because it's very concerning. Firstly, I want to say, in all of these, you have to think about in the context of you're having a serious conversation. It's a serious situation. Obviously, all of these were when you're joking, you're laughing, it's lighthearted. That's completely different. Now, with verbal abuse, it's basically just shiting on the person in different ways. Now, with controlling behaviors is a bit of a odd one because I feel like a lot of people have experienced it, but they've experienced it in different ways with slightly different nuances that change the way it comes across. Now, controlling behaviors can be very extreme, like when they take your belongings just to keep you around them, where they essentially treat you like they own you. And if you want to go anywhere, do anything, speak to anyone, then you need their permission first, otherwise it's an issue. And they're constantly keeping tabs on you and not giving you space to just breathe and be your own person. Now, with manipulating and gaslighting in particular, there's a lot of grey areas. Two people can go through the exact same thing and have completely different perspectives. People can also genuinely forget things that happened, or you could just be two different people where the severity of something or your reactions or responses to things are just entirely different and they clash. It becomes emotional abuse when there's a lack of regard or complete disregard for your emotions, how you feel, or your perspective in general. And just because you feel like you're going crazy doesn't mean that's what the person's actually trying to do. Now, with the rest of them, they're all more clear-cut, where they're just outright doing something that's just manipulative and just wrong. And all of this is with the end goal of just keeping you under their control. Now, the intimidation one is one that gets watered down a lot, because how many stories have we heard of someone vandalizing someone's car, home, or clothes? And all of these things are for some reason swept under the rug, labeled as drama, when you can literally report them, prosecute the person, and charge the person. Now, these are the signs that you're experiencing emotional abuse, if they're not very obvious, because some people can be very cunning and, very subtle. And for all of these, you just need to have the emotional intelligence and the emotional self-awareness to understand these things about yourself, or the fact that you're doing these things, because like I said, they can be subtle. And also note, it will never just be one of these. It will always be multiple, like if you're going through emotional abuse. And all of that would be as you're experiencing it. Long term, this is how it would affect you. With mental health, will affect your mood, your mentality, your drive. You'll start believing you're better off not being here. There's not a point in doing anything, things like that. And it will also affect how you react, leading to behavioral changes. So people may notice you changed as a person, like significantly, drastically, and not in a good way. And then of course that can lead to you affecting your relationships with other people, acting different with other people, responding to them based on what's happened in the past. And the wild thing is, these things are so common, they're so normalized within our society, and because they're not properly addressed, people don't go and get the help they need, they don't speak to people about it, they just don't open up, and it's just important that that happens more.